Yo, what's going on, my fellow weebs? Corner here, welcome back to the channel. So, if you're like me, you got to a certain part of the story, saw a really, really cool NPC with a really cool weapon, and thought to yourself, man, I want to use that weapon. You fight him, you finish him off, and then you get to a point of the story. You're in a cutscene, and now you have to decide. Do you take him out, or do you let him live? Now, story implications, in my opinion, just made sense to let him live. It didn't really make much sense to take him out. Enemy of our enemy is our friend, right? So we let him live. And then you find out that because we did that, no loot. No enemy dead means no loot. And that means no chance of getting that weapon. And you think to yourself, oh, well, maybe if, since we completed the mission's over, right? We did the fight. If we run over here to the battle simulator, he's not here. And then you feel a little sad. And then you're thinking, oh, maybe you don't really have the chance to kill him. Let's go back to an autosave and let's see if we take him out. And you go to the autosave and you take him out, and he does show up here in the battle simulator. And you're able to fight him multiple times, and you can get his weapon as a drop. And now you're stuck in a conundrum. You take him out, or you let him live as part of the story. The whole point of this video, you guys probably have already looked at the title, clicked on it. You absolutely can let him live and still get this weapon. Now, in case you just want to get a hold of the weapon immediately, just take him out. He'll show up here. You'll be able to fight him here. You're probably thinking also, like, you know, why should I pick this weapon up? What's so good about it? So on and so forth. We'll talk about the tachi really quick here. I feel like anyone who's played on this video knows what weapon we're talking about here. It's Soryu, a very specific tachi. Now, this tachi is a set of dual swords. It can also transform into a double-bladed saber. This might be the strongest tachi in the game. I can't say for certain. The reason why I can't say for certain is, first off, I haven't beaten the game yet, so I don't know all the weapons that are available. However, what this has different, or what this has going for it, is its attacks hit twice. Meaning that not only do you roll the chance to crit 2 times, because you can crit separately with your attacks, you also are hitting multiple times, and you have the same damage values as other tachi. The tachi I was using that was at the same value as this one here, as you can see, is just about the same damage value, a little bit less, because of course I have a bunch of physical damage boosts on this. This one was a little bit higher than my other weapon, but I'm hitting twice with this. So there's a good chance, like, I mean, realistically, you're looking at this, it's more like 1500 is the damage value instead of having it being 750. Well, 749, so 14, I'm not mathing. You math if you want to math. 1498, I math anyway. Anyway, it's closer to that value than it is the actual value it's going to be showing, as you're hitting multiple times with the weapon itself, meaning you're also getting multiple damage for flinch. Like, basically, almost all of these things here, these values, everything above the forward thrust, you can basically almost double since you're hitting 2 times with the weapon itself. It's actually really, really nice. And in my opinion, that makes it probably the best set of tachis in the actual game overall, at least right now. You're probably thinking, okay, so you've yapped on off. How do I get the weapon? Like, well, outside of, you know, taking him down and farming him, how do I get the weapon? I would argue it's best not to take him out, just because I don't know if you get this other thing at the very end of the quest that you would normally get if you farm him. So eventually you're gonna hit a certain point of the story. The quest that you're on, where you end up fighting Yaiba anyway, and you fight a bunch of different annoying members. After that quest is completed, later on when things are kind of like dying down again, you start to get some more quests that'll pop up in here. They'll be in the mission counter. So just start looking for the missions. And the way you'll know the missions you're looking for is you're gonna get a specific pop-up. So we're gonna use this mission as an example. I left this one here just for this occasion. If I click on it, you can see, oh, accepting the selected mission will interrupt progress of the story and other missions. To join this mission in multiplayer, the host has to have made progress in the same mission, and you have to have made more progress than the host. Meaning they have to have this mission up and running, and you have to have either completed it or be further along in the mission to join the host itself, just the way the mission syncing works. When you select this mission and equip it, all that's gonna happen is all the other missions gray out. You have to do this mission first. You can't do anything else. So just know that when you start this, you have to finish these missions. And it's just that individual mission itself. As you can see, all my other missions are available because I completed the last one I was working on. And if we go over here to completed, scroll on down, eventually you're gonna hit a mission that's gonna be called Rampaging Echoes. Now this quest line, it's kind of difficult not to explain what happens, but you're gonna fight some enemies, and eventually at the very, very end, you're gonna fight a bunch of enemies alongside of Yaiba. Now those enemies have a chance to drop Soryu, the tachi we're talking about. You can save before you actually do this mission, or basically pick up the mission, teleport over there, and then save, or just grab an autosave. I like to save just so I don't have to worry about autosave shenanigans. And then fight those enemies. And if they drop one that you're comfortable with, cool. You know, money, ching, 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 we're happy. If they don't, reload your autosave or reload your save, and then just do it again. Drops are not guaranteed. They are random. They aren't seeded like you would think. I feel like the seed, I think either happens whenever the enemy dies or whenever you click on the actual piece of gear, because I've killed the same enemy multiple times and gotten different results. So and just keep that in mind. You can farm them and get the weapon that way. The reason why I say this might be better is because I don't know if farming the battle or the refight for Yaiba in the base gives you a chance at getting this other thing that they provide you. So it also gives you a blueprint. And that blueprint, go to weapons, is for Soryu as well. So you can also craft Soryu if you get the blueprint for him, which I feel like is pretty gas overall. Now, this is going to depend on whether or not you have to have a specific factory level. In previous games, you couldn't just craft gold stuff. You had to have like the secret factory or whatever, which is probably in this game as well in some way, shape, or form. But I don't really know. Again, not at endgame, so I can't tell you exactly. And I don't know if this development data drops off of the boss. It might drop off the boss, so you could just farm the boss as well to get the development data. But he does give you a development data for him. I will also say, even after you have completed this mission, he still doesn't show up here. So there might be a way to get him to show up here. I think people have mentioned that like you can replay missions after you beat the story and then do different things. That way you get different results and be able to do different things and fight different stuff and unlock other things. That's possibly how you can get him to show up there. But in case you're like, I don't want to kill him here, it doesn't make any sense to kill him here storyline wise, I want to leave him alive, you do, and you get this set of missions. You might get this set of missions anyway based on the actual type of story itself, but I know for a fact the very end result, what he gives you, you probably won't get. So just keep that in mind. If you only care about the weapon, you could probably get it in multiple different ways, but if you care about the development data as well, then that's going to be your way to get a hold of that. And that's pretty much it. Hopefully that helps out someone out there, because I know I was really distraught trying to figure out what I wanted to do. Just know that you can still get the weapon even if you decide to leave Yaiba alive. I'm not sure I'm gonna do a ton of these videos. This is just like, I want to get this out really, really quick, explain this, let people know how they can go ahead and get a hold of these things, and you will be all set to go. I've yapped on long enough. Hopefully you guys are enjoying Daemon X Machina. I know I am. And I will see you all in the next video. Take care, my friends. Peace out.